I left the charger in the hotel.
Well, welcome back to the Pacific Coast. I know that you were here, just not here, but on the Pacific Coast just last month, right?
Yes, indeed. Celebrating the celebration. And the anniversary, 20th anniversary, I think, of Attack of the Clones. And helping my friends Ewan and Hayden launch the new series, which of course, as you all know, has absolutely nothing to do with me.
We still have one episode left. We're crossing our fingers, right?
Next Wednesday. Hope you're all watching.
Now, you haven't gotten home in that time, because that was just 3 weeks ago. I was there. Unfortunately, I missed your panel because, the darn lottery system down there, we can't go to every panel we want to.
No, I understand. Yeah, no, I got some time between that and coming to see you guys. So we went down to Florida, got a bit of heat, and just come back from Miami where it was 90 degrees. So this is a little bit of a shock, but actually it's just like going back to Scotland, which is where I came from. So it wasn't too bad.
Have you spent much time in the Pacific Northwest before?
No, not really. No, I hardly know it. I'd like to know it a bit better. I'm only here for a short spell this time, but I've been slowly going around America, mainly thanks to Star Wars, and seeing lots of places and meeting lots of people I haven't met before, so I hope to continue doing that.
That's fantastic. Yeah. I wasn't sure because I know you've done some voice work in your career, and a lot of voice work, it does come out of British Columbia, so I wasn't sure if you've been up there.
No,
I haven't been up there. All right. Well, obviously these people here are super fans, right? So I have just a couple questions, but then we're going to open it up to you guys. So we're going to get some questions going from you, and so you guys can ask Ian what's been on your mind. So I'm curious though, because you have, actually I was thinking about it the other day, you are someone who is like synonymous with the Star Wars franchise, yet you were someone that came into it a few films later, and you could have potentially been a fan who got a job in the series. What was your experience with Star Wars before Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, well, it wasn't great actually. I saw The New Hope, as it became to be called subsequently, and I liked it because I liked it so much because it was like the kind of films I used to see when I was a kid on a Saturday morning. Adventure films, good and evil, straightforward, fighting, loving, friendships, and all those kind of things. And I thought, well, it's a great kids movie. And then George Lucas asked me to be in it, and I thought it's a little more complicated than that. But it's still for kids, and I think that's one of the best things about it. I know George was a little nervous when he said about the prequels that new kids, like new 8-year-olds, at whom it was principally aimed, that they perhaps wouldn't get it the way that the previous generations had, but of course they got it more. And they were more fascinated by the whole digital progress. And my good friend Hayden Christensen has just said that now he feels his character and his journey has been a bit more rehabilitated as a result of the new television series, because people have understood what he's gone through, and now that they're doing it, as it were, backwards, and that fight last week was something else, when they became useful again. He felt that a journey for him personally had been completed, never mind the journey for the character. And so that's good. And I think all of us involved in the franchise feel that. I know Ewan coming back too, in the early days when he was much younger and less experienced. He didn't have as good a time as perhaps he ought to have done. But now he has the experience of playing those years, and adding to the fact that he's now playing somebody who's learned from experience, and all of the things he's learned have been good. It's a remarkable performance, I think. It's Ewan at his absolute best. So that's what Star Wars has been able to do. And I, of course, to my great surprise, for the latest Star Wars movie was resurrected. when I was convinced I was absolutely dead, as you know. And George told me I was, so George doesn't get these things wrong. But JJ had other ideas, and I'm delighted that he did. And so I managed to keep it a secret for about 2 years, and then you probably saw the day when they announced it in the great celebration, and I suddenly appeared just after my laugh. And the most enjoyable thing for me for that particular occasion was, apart from the actors who I obviously appeared with in the film, none of the other actors knew. And Anthony Daniels, God bless him, almost had a heart attack. I want him to have a heart attack, but he got his own back. He said, they told me there was a new villain. I didn't know there was going to be an old one.
So yeah, you've kind of slipped into, I bet, into a kind of a mentor role for Hayden and Ewan, as they have now revisited a character a decade later plus, whereas you've done the same multiple times now.
Yeah, I suppose so. And also, it's, I mean, I went backwards in time, they went forwards, yes. Their progression was more to do with their age. Whereas I was in my late 30s when I first got involved in the franchise and turned Jedi. And then I went backwards to play Palpatine, who was the age that I was then. And then after Sam Jackson got to deal with my face, it fell apart, and I think I was 150 again. I can't remember. It was not a logical progression, put it that way.
I have one final question before we'll get to you guys out there. So you now embody multiple times, for multiple generations, the face of evil. Congratulations, right? Who were your iconic villains that you thought about when you were tapping into this character? Who were the ones that you were raised with that you really liked to?
Yeah, well, I mean, I go very far back and think about the great Lon Chaney. Phantom of the Opera. I thought about his transformation, his face anyway, when I got my new old face as the Emperor. But I suppose if you'd asked me to choose one, it would be Christopher Lee, for obvious reasons. He was a kind of god to me as an actor, and as an actor who managed to sort of inculcate the notion of evil in an original way. He just sort of exuded it. But he was also underneath, particularly as Dracula, of course, a great role, there was a sort of human fighting to get out. There was always someone who didn't really want to be as evil as he subsequently became. And I loved that. And I played parts like that. I don't think the Emperor's like that. I find myself saying once at one of these occasions that he came out of the womb as a solid block of me. That is probably true. But maybe in years to come, and it probably won't be me because I will be too old by then, you may learn a different backstory about how this man became Sidious. We know what followed from that. There's a little bit of a clue of it, of course, in the Sith in that scene with him, which I think probably is